starts right now.
It is Black History Month, and this is the first time Texans are celebrating it with the Crown Act in effect. The law hit the books last September and outlawed race-based hair discrimination for employment, education, and housing opportunities. But just this week, that law was tested outside of Houston. A judge ruled the punishment that an 18-year-old black high school student faced did not violate the state's Crown Act. The school claimed the length of Daryl George's locks violated their dress and grooming code, and the judge decided this was legal. Stylists in San Antonio are using that ruling and the Crown Act at large to fuel to celebrate freedom and expression for black hair and black excellence. The Night Team's Avery Everett went to their showcase today and takes us behind the scenes.
Posed and empowered.
Hair is everything.
It showcases us as a whole.
Stylists created dozens of hair designs and showed them off to hundreds of people. This was the first Black Excellence Hair Showcase. And Mia Williams says she couldn't be happier.
It just brings this butterfly feeling to my heart every single time I touch someone's crown.
Her passion is hair.
There's a lot of shrinkage, but there's also a lot of stretch.
And her heart is this community.
My theme is Black Excellence Through Decades, so basically showing the fashion changes over time through hair and as well as through fashion.
This Black History Month,
This is gonna hang from a ponytail as well as this.
Tanisha Wilson wanted to create a space for black stylists to express themselves,
This is just the creative side of it.
showing off their work and some of her own too.
So it kind of lights up and it'll be like on the model's head.
So did you design all of these?
Yes.
And where did you come up with the ideas for them?
My imagination.
Her energy is contagious and her creativity is widespread.
I pretty much braided it.
She says showing modern work is just as important as sharing history.
I feel like a lot of people don't know like the story behind braids and like how things were transported through braids.
And this is an important year,
Honestly, I never thought about it like that.
with Texas now having a Crown Act prohibiting race-based hair discrimination.
I don't know, I don't have words.
Her smile was far from the only one on Saturday night,
And it's just good to be able to show us in a very good light and see our community come together.
but her work is far from finished.
This is not even half of it, not even a third of it.
These models have made their mark, but more importantly, they've shown who they are.
It gives us a space to go ahead and like take pride in who we are.
Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
It has now been 2 years since Russia launched a full-scale invasion into Ukraine. Since then, the back-and-forth war has caused thousands of deaths and injuries. The most recent development being the death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, triggering more U.S. sanctions against the Kremlin. Thousands of miles away here in San Antonio, people came together at City Hall today for a peaceful rally to show support for Ukraine in their fight against a Russian invasion. Ukrainians at the rally say the last 2 years have been especially tough and showed up today to make sure their home country is not forgotten.
We've noticed that a lot of people getting fatigued and tired about the war, and we don't have so much supporter when the full-scale invasion started.
We've done some recent stories with local Ukrainians who say their safety of their loved ones depends partly on U.S. aid. They're keeping a close eye on the current aid bill that is currently stalled.
Everyone's excited about saving money.
That excitement stems from a joint San Antonio and Bexar County effort to help people take care of their property taxes. San Antonio and the County Appraisal District kicked off their Property Tax Help Session series with their first meeting today. There will be 13 more of these sessions in person and virtually. If you want to find more information about how you can get some help, just find the story on our website, ksat.com.
All right, let's head outside with live cam this Saturday night. Mostly clear skies in place and temperatures are starting to drop. Mid-60s right now here in San Antonio. This, of course, following what was a gorgeous start to the weekend with plenty of sunshine and above average temperatures. But hopefully you were able to get out and enjoy a lot of that vitamin D. More of it is in store as we look ahead to our Sunday. More of that nice weekend weather continues. It will be a cool start. We're going to start off in the low 50s here in town before before high temperatures climb into the low 80s, so a little bit warmer than what we saw earlier this afternoon. Could be a little breezy at times with a few wind gusts upwards of about 20 miles per hour possible. So that's going to be the trend tomorrow into Monday and Tuesday. Still spring-like with afternoon temperatures topping off in the 80s, but we're going to tack on a little bit more moisture and humidity, making for some more muggy morning lows. As we look ahead to Wednesday, though, a few more changes start to work back in as our next cold front moves into south central Texas. That looks to bring another taste of winter by Thursday. So we're going to talk all about it, get you a look at those details coming up a little bit later on.
All right, thank you so much, Mia. To politics now, ABC News projecting Donald Trump will win the Republican primary in South Carolina, the third contest so far in the race for Republican presidential nomination. Polls consistently showed Trump as the favorite to trounce his former UN ambassador and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley on her home turf. ABC's Jay O'Brien has a reaction for both candidates and from voters.
Tonight, former President Donald Trump beating Nikki Haley by double digits on her own home turf, South Carolina.
This was a little sooner than we anticipated. It was an even bigger win than we anticipated.
Haley vowing to stay in the race and looking ahead to Super Tuesday in early March, when 15 states will pick their nominees.
And I'm grateful that today is not the end of our story.
A popular two-term governor here, Haley had hoped South Carolinians like Tom Gordon, who voted for Trump twice but is now firmly in Haley's camp, could have delivered her first primary victory.
Seemed like a better choice of those available.
But Trump pulling from a deep base of support.
He's just done great things for the country. You just can't go wrong with his results.
While votes were still being cast, Haley denouncing these comments by Trump after he tried to use his 4 pending criminal cases to appeal to black voters a day before the primary.
Then I got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing.
Haley telling ABC's Rachel Scott the remarks were disgusting.
That's the offensiveness that's going to happen every day between now and the general election, which is why I continue to say Donald Trump cannot win a general election. He won't.
Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Charleston, South Carolina.
Here are a few reminders that early primary voting is officially underway here in Texas. That early voting period will run until March 1st, and then Election Day is Tuesday, March 5th. We have more information on voting locations and a sample ballot you can look at right now on KSAT.com. A former University of Texas exchange student from Australia is seeking more than $1 million in damages in a lawsuit targeting a fraternity. The student alleges he and other members of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity at UT Austin were at a party last March when other members attacked him, leaving him with several broken bones. The lawsuit says the student had to undergo several surgeries afterward, preventing him from finishing the semester. The University of Texas has yet to comment on these allegations, but records show the fraternity named in the lawsuit is no longer active on campus due to several past violations. On the first week of early voting, there is continued turbulence in the 3-person race for judge of the 73rd District Court. KSAT Investigates found one of the candidates, Ana Laura Ramirez, listed herself as gathering signatures to get on the ballot late last year on the same days she was on a California cruise. One of Ramirez's opponents challenged her application, asking the Democratic Party to kick her out of the race. The third candidate told KSAT her team also found problems in Ramirez's ballot petition, but said filing a lawsuit over the application issues would have distracted her from her goal.
My focus is really to continue to be able to meet more voters, and so I don't want to spend time in the courts over this.
Coming up in about 20 minutes, what Ramirez had to say about this ordeal, plus the party chairwoman weighs in on what went wrong. And we're learning more about the suspect accused of killing a student on a college campus in Georgia. Those details and what's next in the case after the break. A man accused of killing a 22-year-old nursing student on the University of Georgia campus made his first court appearance today. Athens police and Georgia authorities say the man is undocumented and came to the U.S. from Venezuela. ABC's Morgan Norwood updates us on the investigation and tells us why the suspect's brother is now coming up.
A suspect in the murder of Laken Riley, who was found dead in a wooded area on the University of Georgia's campus, now behind bars. Police announcing the arrest on Friday.
We are obtaining arrest warrants for Jose Antonio Ibarra, 26 years of age.
Authorities say he is undocumented and believe he came to the U.S. from Venezuela. Ibarra making his first court appearance Saturday morning.
We're also asserting his rights under the Fifth Amendment to remain silent.
He's facing multiple charges, including murder, kidnapping, and concealing the death of another.
This court is not authorized under Georgia law to set bond in light of these charges.
Friends reported the 22-year-old nursing student missing Thursday afternoon after they say she went for a run near the university's intramural fields and never returned. Investigators were seen swarming this apartment complex Friday, digging through dumpsters, slicing open trash bags, and setting up this mobile command center.
The evidence is robust. It is supported by key input from the community, physical evidence, and expert police work. Importantly, we were assisted by video footage from our campus security cameras networks.
Police finding Laken Riley's body that same day in the woods behind the fields. They say she had visible injuries and ruled her death a homicide. Investigators revealing Laken suffered blunt force trauma.
He did not know her at all. I think this was a crime of opportunity.
Riley transferred from UGA to Augusta University's College of Nursing program in Athens last spring. The school says she was a dean's list student, adding, "The sudden loss of one of our students is truly heartbreaking." Meanwhile, federal prosecutors also charging Ibarra's brother Diego with possessing a fraudulent green card. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Making headlines around the world, Pope Francis had to cancel his Saturday plans as a precaution after coming down with the flu. The Vatican did not reveal much, but this isn't the first time the Pope has had health issues in recent memory. The 87-year-old pontiff had breathing issues last fall and suffered from a bout of bronchitis last spring. Pope Francis has indicated in the past he would step down if his health deteriorates to that point. But last month, he said he's in good health and has not given resignation much thought lately. Well, it was a great day to be outside and running at UTSA this morning for the school's 40th annual Diploma Dash. Almost 1,500 students and alumni showed up to walk and run the yearly 5K, all for a good cause. Proceeds from the race will go directly to scholarships and other student programs at UTSA. I don't think there's a better day that you could.
I was going to say, I don't think they could have picked a better day for it. It was perfect. This morning we had sunshine. Low humidity, which honestly has been the really big kicker this weekend, allows our temperatures to fall really nicely by the time we're waking up, stepping out, going for a 5K casual run. But then, this afternoon it was wonderful too. Upper 70s. That's what we topped off in here in San Antonio and across a good portion of the area. Now, as we look ahead to the back half of the weekend tomorrow, I think we're a few degrees warmer. Once again, getting a little taste of spring over the next 72 hours. High temperatures in the 80s Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday. Now, if that's too warm for you for this time of year, notice our average high just shy of 70 degrees. Don't worry, we have another batch of some cooler air that looks to work in with our next cold front that arrives on Wednesday. So we're in the mid 70s in the middle of next week, and then another taste of winter. High temperatures potentially struggling to climb out of the 50s on Thursday. So let's time it out and talk all about it. Right now, 64 degrees, mostly clear skies, a dew point of 39. So we've got that drier air in place. That is what's going to help when combined with those mostly clear skies, temperatures to fall through the overnight. So we've got another cool start on tap first thing Sunday morning. Most of us waking up to temperatures in the low 50s, right around 52 degrees by 7 a.m. here in San Antonio. 50 out east in Seguin, 50 as well for places like Rio Medina, Hondo, and Castroville. If you liked the sunshine today, you're going to like more of it into tomorrow as well. I do think we will see a few high clouds stream across the south central Texas sky, but other than that, it's going to be a great afternoon. Just a little bit more more on the warmer side. So 75 degrees already expected for any lunchtime plans. And then notice here your daytime highs topping off in the low 80s. Could be a little breezy at times. Winds out of the south to south-southwest at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Maybe a few gusts upwards of 20 certainly possible. But you can see another unseasonably warm day. 80 up in Bulverde, 80 in Canyon Lake, 83 in Floresville. A forecast high around 84 off to our south in Pleasanton. So we've got the dry air in place now, and for the most part, still pleasant tomorrow, but we're going to start to see those south winds pump in a little bit more of that Gulf moisture. So Monday and into Tuesday, you're going to notice a slightly more muggy feel with those dew points rising. And I also do think we could see some morning rounds of patchy fog for the morning drives Monday and into Tuesday as well. But then you'll notice another batch of drier air works in after that front pushes through on Wednesday. And once again, we're a little bit more comfortable as we head into the second half of the work week. So let's time that out. Right now, nothing going on across south central Texas. Very quiet out there. And that's because we are still under the influence of this big blue H, a high pressure system that's centered well off to our south over Mexico. That's going to wobble around, still really dominate our weather pattern over the next couple of days, which is why temperatures are expected to rise a little bit more, and we don't have any notable rain chances in the forecast, at least into early next week. But watch what happens here Monday and into Tuesday. Then we start to shift our eyes off to the northwest. We're expecting another area of low pressure to start moving eastward into the central plains by Wednesday. That drops our next front in here, and that's also when we're expecting temperatures to cool down a little bit more after that. In terms of notable rain chances, nothing major. I wish we had better news for you in that sense. Just really a 20% chance for an isolated shower on Thursday. So we'll keep tabs on that for you. Just prepare for that temperature roller coaster to continue. By the way, really just a full moon has been seen this weekend. We've got some awesome KSAT Connect photos. We'll show those to you in the next half hour.
Our viewers always take the best photos.
They really
excited for that. All right. Thank you, Mia. Mary, Victor Wembanyama's just taken records by storm.
Always, every night, it's another record. Last night, he had a historic 5x5 performance. It came on a loss, though, against the Lakers, but Wemby believes the Spurs still could have beaten most teams with the effort they put forth. Plus, mayhem inside the Northside Sports Gym. The Brennan girls basketball team takes down the defending champions in double OT. Highlights right after the break.
How special is a moment like that?
Yeah, it's very special. We're very tight. We've been through a lot of challenges. We lost one of our starters for a month due to a heart condition. We've had some injuries. We've had challenges outside of our court, and we just rose to the occasion, and we're here. We're cutting nets. We're cutting nets going to state.
Just raw, pure emotion from Brennan girls basketball head coach Jessica Contreras. How the Lady Bears advanced to state in big board sports. When Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama is on the court, he's impacting all areas of the floor. Last night against the Lakers, Wembanyama became the youngest player in NBA history and just the 15th ever to accomplish the rare 5x5 stat. The French sensation had 27 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and added 5 block shots and 5 steals, all in 30 minutes and 55 seconds of action. Wembanyama said he wants to be on the court more to help out his team after they fell 123-118 to LA, but he still feels like their effort last night against LeBron James and Anthony Davis was enough to beat most teams in the league.
It was challenging, one of the best duos in the league, and I think, but still, I think it's a lot of teams we beat if we play this way. But I think it came down to maturity at the end, because each and every one of us was making a mistake each other time, little mistakes, missing a layup, turning the ball over.
Well, the Spurs' next chance to get back in the win column for the first time post-All-Star break will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. One prior meeting this season, Utah beat San Antonio 130-118. Well, the Trinity women's basketball team enters the SCAC tournament for the 9th straight year as the 1 seed. Rested off of a first-round bye, taking on Shriner. The Tigers trailing big in the first half. That was Kylie Minter with a triple. Trinity chipping away at the deficit. Josie Napoli now drains it from downtown. Tigers down 7 after that. Third quarter, Napoli knocks down another three-pointer off the catch and shoot this time. Napoli finished with 13 points. It wasn't until late in the third Trinity took the lead. Elaine King off the glass, big time bucket, and from there Trinity pulls away, winning 64-54. The Tigers will play Colorado College in the title game, eyeing a 4th straight SCAC tournament crown. Yesterday, both the Clark girls basketball team and Brennan picked up wins in the Class 6A regional semifinals to advance to this afternoon's regional finals. 1 win away from state. Brennan led by 10 at halftime, but Clark stormed back with clutch three-point shooting down the stretch to bring us to a tied 62-62 ball game with under 30 seconds to play. Bella Flemings swings it over to Taylor Ross. Ross hunting a last-second shot, but Ariana Roberson and Cameron Griffin protect the rim. So this game is going to overtime. The defending state champion Lady Cougars in front by 2 late in overtime until Flemings calls her shot and knocks down the floater at the buzzer to force double OT. Flemings finished with 47 points, by the way. Later, Natalie Huff feeds Roberson cutting the lane, and Roberson gets it to go to put the Cougars up by 4, but Brennan wouldn't be silenced. This Ross triple ignites a key run for the Lady Bears, and Brennan would go on to win it 80-73, getting their vengeance.
We did our thing, we stuck to our plan, and we're going to stay. We've been hungry since last season. We were in this same situation. We dropped to them by 19 points, and we came in here with a chip on our shoulder, and we took care of business. I practiced this speech so much today, and right now I don't even know what I'm saying, but we're going to stay.
We were hyped from the beginning. We came in as the underdogs. It definitely motivated us. We were just like, even though we let down the lead, we just kept saying we're not going home, we're not going home.
It means everything, especially falling short last year. We have to come back and do it again, but this time win.
That was such a great game. All right, coming up later in the show, we have more basketball to show you. The UTSA men take down North Texas, plus girls soccer highlights from this afternoon, and bull riding.
So much good basketball today. It's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we'll see you soon, Mary, and we'll be right back. Early voting is now open ahead of the March 5th primary in Bexar County, and it is a 3-person race to become judge of the 73rd District Court. But there are some lingering questions about the validity of one candidate's ballot application. KSAT Investigates found candidate Ana Laura Ramirez listed herself as gathering signatures from voters at the same time she was shown on a social media taking part in a cruise along the coasts of California and Mexico.
As a judicial candidate, I would expect that anybody who is going to apply to put their name on a ballot, that they pay attention to detail.
Rules are rules, laws are laws, and we have to lead by example.
Dylan Collier has more on the potential impact on this race for judge.
I came home with my daughter. My husband was already signing while I drove up.
Jamie Medellin admits she was not familiar with the potential candidates for the 73rd Civil District Court when she signed the ballot petition for Ana Laura Ramirez November 5th. One thing she is certain of, the woman who gathered her and her husband's signatures that day was not the candidate herself. Yet, when Ramirez turned in her application to the Bexar County Democratic Party weeks later, she listed herself as the circulator on the page bearing Medellin's signature.
When a person states that they're the circulator, they're stating that they're the persons that actually took the petitions and signature pages around.
Monica Ramirez Alcantara is the chairwoman of the Bexar County Democratic Party.
We accept it as given to us.
She defended the group's role in the process, stating the party simply serves as filing authority between candidates and the Texas Secretary of State and Bexar County Elections Department.
We only accept the petitions. We don't, while the candidates are in our presence, we don't correct them, we don't change them, we don't verify whether the signatures are accurate or true and correct.
Ramirez listed herself as circulator on all 82 pages of signatures. Those appearing on many of those dated records were gathered while Ramirez was posting pictures online and tagged in Facebook posts showing she was on the West Coast. The day the Medains and others signed the petition, Ramirez was pictured out on the dance floor in Newport Beach, California. An entire page of signatures gathered November 9th. The same day, Ramirez enjoyed a San Diego harbor cruise. More voters signed November 10th. Ramirez was wine tasting in Ensenada, Mexico that day.
As a former litigator and prosecutor, I trust but verify.
Elizabeth Martinez, fellow candidate for the 73rd District Court, said the 99 signatures gathered while Ramirez was on the cruise topped the list of defects she says she found in her opponent's application. They include allegations that some voters had already signed her petition to get on the ballot or weren't actually registered voters.
With regard to Ms. Ramirez, we did find some concerning defects in the signatures.
Danique Villaseñor Hernandez, the other candidate in the race, says her campaign team found similar problems with Ramirez's application, but that she was unaware of her opponent's trip to California until Martinez filed a formal challenge with the Democratic Party last month, requesting that Ramirez be disqualified. Alcantara said she received the complaint too late for the party to remove Ramirez.
By the time that Ms. Martinez came in with the complaint, many deadlines had already lapsed. Mrs. Martinez at the time absolutely could have gone into the court systems and could have found a remedy.
As for Ramirez's explanation for why her name appeared as circulator on all 82 pages,
the only thing that she had told me was that they came in to sign. She was waiting for her, I guess, her campaign manager, and they were rushed. She had all her family here, and so she felt rushed. I didn't have much more of a conversation with her than that.
Martinez said she ultimately decided to not file a lawsuit in, ironically, civil district court, seeking Ramirez's removal from the ballot.
I trust the voters. I trust the voters, and I don't take any of this lightly, and I'm not about to take a choice away from the voters.
Medain, who now says she knows a lot about the race for 73rd District Court, believes Ramirez should drop out and run in the future.
It's disingenuous at best and lying, at its worst. So,
for KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Ramirez declined multiple requests from KSAT to be interviewed for this story. In a statement, she did not address her California and Mexico cruise, but did tell us, quote, there is substantial case law that would apply and would demonstrate that this issue has no legal basis. This is, in my opinion, an attempt to distract from the fact that I am first on the ballot, I am the most experienced candidate, and I'm the most qualified candidate in this race. Coming up, a neighbor says driving through this intersection is like going into a, quote, guillotine. That's why a nonprofit wants to take a closer look at this northwest side intersection. The changes neighbors are hoping for after the break. Drivers on the northwest side say an intersection there is deadly. They say more needs to be done at Grissom and Old Grissom Road to keep people safe. As our Daniela Ibarra explains, it's why one nonprofit is taking a closer look at solutions.
Driving near Grissom and Old Grissom Road can be nerve-wracking. Lorenzo Gonzalez says making a left turn here feels dangerous.
It almost seems like it's a guillotine. You can get hit by either side if you're not careful.
The intersection is no stranger to accidents, some deadly. Yamini Karandikar says drivers shouldn't take all the blame.
Yes, people are speeding, but what other factors are involved? And shifting the focus from blaming drivers, blaming people, and thinking about it more holistically.
This stop sign is really the only thing that's making drivers stop at this intersection. There's no traffic light here, and Yamini, she says she'd like to see improvements that would be a lot quicker.
There's clearly a problem here. And so I really implore the city and our public works department to think about short-term and long-term solutions.
It's why she asked nonprofit Strong Towns to analyze this May 2023 crash.
I think it was very fortunate that no one was severely injured or killed during this crash.
The design of the roadway
really encourages people to speed.
During a webinar, they spoke about solutions that could save lives.
The reality is that crashes are caused by multiple factors, not just driver error.
Joey Pollack, the executive director of Activate SA, says some solutions are simple and low cost.
Low cost elements too we can install, whether it's, again, maybe rumble strips or repainting the street.
What do you think could be some solutions to that intersection?
Just add 2 more stop signs, let everybody have a chance to turn and go.
Until there's a fix, Lorenzo says he'll continue taking a different route.
Even though it might take another 2 to 3 minutes off the time going through that route, it's just safer just to avoid it all over.
Danielle Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
The city said it analyzed traffic at the intersection last year. They do plan to install a traffic signal this summer.
All right, switching gears and heading back outside with live cam. Temperatures continue to fall ever so slightly this hour here in San Antonio. Speaking of temperatures, we had a 30-degree spread from this morning compared to this afternoon, and that is all thanks to the low humidity and the drier air. 47 was our official low temperature. That is average for this time of year, so it was a seasonable start, but an unseasonably warm finish. 77 the high, well above the average of 69. Our records 90 and 25 set back in 1904 and 1914 respectively. Most of us in the upper 70s and low 80s. It was 84 in Cotulla, 83 in Del Rio, 80 up in New Braunfels, 79 out east in Gonzales. By tomorrow afternoon, I think we are warmer. Again, around 82, the forecast high here in San Antonio. A few upper 70s the farther east that you go. Some upper 80s possible the farther west that you go. So once again, we'll get you another full look at the back half of the weekend, plus cooler temperatures that are eventually headed our way coming up in just a bit.
Okay, you promised us moon pictures, so let's go.
Yeah, because we've gotten a ton. So this full moon, you probably noticed it yesterday evening or even this evening. It's been rising above the eastern horizon. This is the full snow moon, February's full moon, given that name from ancient cultures and Native American tribes, of course, a while ago because of all the snow that would typically fall in the northern hemisphere. Obviously not here in Texas, at least not that much in San Antonio, right? But you can see we've gotten a ton of awesome pictures into KSAT Connect. It really was just lighting up the sky last night.
Clouds,
right? And look at this one. This is my favorite one. So this is a 22-degree halo, which happens when we have high clouds present, similar to some of the pictures that we get in when this happens around the sun. So basically what's happening here, that moonlight is getting refracted by the ice crystals that make up those high clouds, and it creates this beautiful halo across over the moon. So thank you guys so much for sending in those KSAT Connect photos. Again, if you have any more from this evening, feel free to upload those. We'll show some more tomorrow. In theme with the kind of out of this world trend here, your countdown from the total solar eclipse. Want to put this on your radar. Very, very exciting, happening Monday, April 8th around 1:30 p.m. Northwestern Bexar County, parts of the Hill Country, in the path of totality. So we're just 44 days away. And here's your eclipse fun fact of the day. Major cities in totality, of course, here in San Antonio, Austin, DFW, Little Rock, Indianapolis, Cleveland, and Buffalo. So we've got a lot of folks that are planning on traveling into our area come April 8th to witness that total solar eclipse as it takes shape in the south central Texas sky. All right, until then, nice Sunday, more nice weekend weather continues tomorrow. A cool morning followed by a warm afternoon. Spring-like start to next week. We will start to see more humidity pump back in on Monday, and those daytime highs topping off in the 80s both tomorrow, Monday, and into Tuesday. Then we see another batch of changes move in, specifically by the middle of the week as our next cold front pushes through south central Texas, and that's going to allow for some colder temperatures. Thursday, again, we were talking about a little bit earlier, we may struggle to climb out of the 50s. It's going to be a close call with some added cloud cover there. So an unseasonably warm start to the upcoming work week is followed by an unseasonably cool end to the work week after we see that cold front push through. So still a lot to monitor over the next 7 days. Here's the big picture. Again, we are quiet here across the state of Texas because of that high pressure system off to our south. There's a little bit of rain across the East Coast thanks to a disturbance what's moving into the Atlantic. But take a look all the way up to our northwest near Alaska. There's a little disturbance, this area of low pressure. This essentially is going to be the disturbance that tracks eastward over the next several days and eventually drops that cold front into our neck of the woods on Wednesday. You can see on Monday, it's nearing the Pacific Northwest, dumping a bunch of snow up that way. It'll continue to work its way across the Central Plains by midweek, dropping that front through the San Antonio area on Wednesday, then allowing for some slightly cooler and drier air to then filter in. Again, unfortunately, just a 20% chance for an isolated shower behind that system really on Thursday. That's about it in terms of your rain chances. I do want to mention that behind that front, all of that cooler and drier air being ushered in via a gusty north wind. I think Wednesday in particular, we'll see a few wind gusts upwards of at least 30 miles per hour possible there. So until then, enjoy tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, a cool start. You'll want the long sleeve in the morning, not going to need it into the afternoon. 82 the forecast high temperature, more 80s Monday and into Tuesday. Then we start to see another little dose of winter with chilly mornings and much cooler afternoons take us into Thursday, Friday, and even the start of next weekend.
I feel like these changes are always like kind of midweek, so we get a whole week of a range of
Exactly. It's like if you don't like the start of the week, just wait until the end and you'll get something different.
It's like the same thing. All right. Thanks, Mia. Mary, the UTSA men's basketball team was very impressive.
Yes, they had a great day today. They took down AAC and in-state foe North Texas for its first win at the Super Pit since 2015 and snapping a 7-game skid plus a heated district girls soccer battle between O'Connor and Taft. How it all went down right after the break. It's time now to show you a huge girls high school soccer showdown between O'Connor and Taft, two of the best teams in District 29 6A. A few minutes into the match, Taft's Jordan Matthews chips it over the keeper to make an early statement. In the second half, O'Connor's Ariana Martinez is tripped up in the box, setting up a penalty kick, but Ella Hammonds hits crossbar. Then a few minutes later, it's Raiders handball setting up a free kick opportunity for Hammonds. This time, she makes the most of it, rockets it into the net, and the match would end in a 1-1 tie. Ella, what was going through your mind when you scored that goal?
I was like, thank you, thank you. I was so upset that I missed that PK, and I was like, man, I just messed it up for my team, messed it up for us and score differential and everything. But then when God gave me another chance, I was like, man, I really need to put this one away. So I was very grateful that I was able to put that one away, even though I missed the penalty.
All right, well, this afternoon, the UTSA men's basketball team visiting North Texas for a late season AAC battle. First half, Roadrunner sharpshooter Jordan Ivy Curry lets one fly to get UTSA on the board. Later, Christian Tucker blocks the three-point attempt, but wait, Carlton Lingard Jr. with another denial down low. Under 5 to play in the opening half, Ivy Curry drills another deep shot from up top to make it a 1-point game. Ivy Curry was 4 for 4 from deep at halftime. The Roadrunners came out of the break hot, and in the end, UTSA hangs on to win it 64-62, their first win at the Super Pit since 2015. Over at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, bull riding on Championship Saturday. Here is your champion, Clayton Sellers, riding Yellowstone. Sellers doesn't back down from a challenge. He busts out of the chute and earns a 90.5-point ride on Yellowstone. Sellers went 5 for 5, and now he is the champion. First time watching bull riding, and what a way to end it. Congrats, Sellers.
I was going to say, your rodeo season, you're impressed.
Yeah, it ended on a high note. That was a good one. That was a great ride.
All right. Thanks, Mary. We'll be right back.
Here's one final look at your Sunday. Again, it'll be a great day. It's just a little warm into the afternoon. 82 degrees the high after starting off in the cool low 50s here in the Alamo City. More moisture arrives Monday. That continues throughout the first half of the week with those warmer temperatures. Then we'll see our next cold front move in. Windy after that on Wednesday and cooler with an isolated chance for rain on Thursday.
All right. Thank you so much, Mia. Thanks for watching us tonight. Be sure to tune in to GMSA tomorrow, and we will see you tomorrow.